What's up, Airsofters? We're here behind Evike.com in a simulated shooting range to give you guys a better idea of the ways you can apply Airsoft for both real firearm training and to further develop your skill sets with Airsoft. Now, for this test, what we're going to be doing is walking about 20 feet back from where we'll be engaging the targets, which is pretty standard for indoor shooting ranges. And I'm going to be using a CO2 gas blowback pistol, specifically my ASG CZSP01. So let's walk back to the starting platform. For this drill, I'm going to be using my battle belt, on which I've got 2 extra pistol magazines as well as my pistol. The reason we're doing this drill from a draw is the majority of your pistol engagements, unless you're in a CQB game specifically for pistols, are going to be fired drawn from a holster. The drill we're going to be doing is a 5 reload 5 reload 5. So I'll have 2 reloads. You'll see the targets at the other end. I'll be shooting 5 at the left target, reloading, 5 at the center target, reloading, and then finishing after 5. To protect my CO2 magazines, just because we're outdoors and dropping onto rocks, I've got a little dump bin set up in front of me. Now, the key here is this is something you could easily replicate at home, whether you're using canned targets or these Evike.com body-shaped targets. It's a good way to develop accuracy and get yourself used to reloading in stressful situations, i.e. shooting quickly while reloading and maintaining accuracy on 3 different targets. So with all that said, let's get started. Richard, if you don't mind starting me off. For your information, I've got 1 in the gun. The pistol is racked and I've got it on safe. iPro.
You're ready. Stand by. Beep.
Now, let's go see how accurate I was trying to get rounds downrange as fast as possible. Now, as you can see, we've used this target before, and a way of keeping track of what shots you've used before, fired before, is to circle them in black and then move on. You guys that shoot competitions with real guns or have done this before will immediately recognize this as standard practice. As you can see here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, I shot 5 times, but I had a miss where I'm not even on the paper. But most of my shots were towards the center of the body, and I climbed as I was firing. What that means is that I need to take more time acquiring my target before pulling the trigger. So we're going to mark these off for our next time around. Let's move on to the next one. On my second target, again, we've used this before, so we've marked off the ones I shot before. But I did a better job of keeping the majority of my shots inside the silhouette. However, if you go back and watch that final shot I took, right when I was trying to reload, I let off that 5th shot completely wild. It's not even on the paper. That's because I was more concerned with reloading than actually shooting at the silhouette. Make sure you get all the rounds down that you intend to before attempting to reload or do any weapons manipulation. Let's go to our third target. On my third and final target, I really tightened things up. I got more in the zone and I was more aware of my sights. You can see that here, where all 5 of my shots are on the silhouette. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All within the target zone of the silhouette, and because I took my time, recentered, and I was more accurate, this is going to be the standard by which I need to hold the rest of my targets. So let's set these up and try it again. So just like before, I'm starting in my start position. I've got the slide racked, safety up, magazine in, ready to fire. I've reset the targets by circling the ones I've done before. Now what I'm going to concentrate on this go around is taking my time and going slower. Ultimately, I'm no good to anybody if I'm just trying to get shots down range and I'm not being accurate. Let's see if I can increase my skill set.
Shooter ready.
Ready.
Stand by. Beep.
It's always a good idea after doing any practice shooting, whether you're at the range with real firearms or with Airsoft, to make sure that your gun's completely cleared and unable to continue firing before you go downrange. Let's go to our first target. So, ignoring the ones I've circled before, let's take a look at how accurate I was. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't see a 5th shot. Oh, there we go. It's a 2. 1, 2. So I've got all 5 on target. So taking my time in the beginning resulted in A, a tighter grouping, and B, more accurate shots overall. Let's move on to the second target. Checking out our second target here, you'll immediately notice that, again, taking that time after my reload to re-engage with my sights, making sure I've got an accurate sight picture, and taking the time to put down the rounds accurately resulted in all of my hits being inside the silhouette and a tighter grouping from before. So overall, improvement. Let's check out the third target. Last but not least, our third target. Third target has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Again, all within the target. You'll notice they're a bit lower than my first couple rounds. That's because I'm driving the pistol down as I'm firing. The real firearm, that's not as compensating for recoil. With Airsoft, it's not such a big issue because the guns don't recoil as hard. But that's something that I need to pay attention to when I am firing to make sure that I'm not overcorrecting for what the firearm or Airsoft gun's doing. Real world results can be practically applied to real firearms or just to increase your Airsoft skill set. But here's what I want to know from you guys. What can I improve? Do I need to change my grip? Do I need to change my hop up? Maybe that's my problem. Or are there some fundamental ways that I can improve my reloading and retarget acquisition? I want to see you guys train, show your videos on YouTube. Tag us or do one on Instagram because we want to see what you're doing. We can all increase our skill sets when it comes to Airsoft, whether we're using them for practical applications or just to make us better at the game and the hobby. Tag us in your videos and we can't wait to do more of these. If you like what we're doing, you want to see more stuff like this, let us know. See you guys later.